spooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams family. Their house is
Our matey, good afternoon. Welcome to NAMI News at 2. We are celebrating Halloween today for our news brief, clearly. I hope you're excited for some neat costumes. We're excited to hear what's coming up here at NAMI Wood County. And we're going to hear about that from Ashley. Hey, you just come off the field?
I did just, cuz you might say I'm feeling a little horny today.
Great. Well, we're excited to hear what you have to share.
Okay, so I'm here to tell you what is coming up with NAMI Wood County. On November 18th, we are going to be hosting our NAMI Family and Friends presentation. That's on November 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. This class informs people who have a loved one with a mental health condition how best to support them. It's also an opportunity to meet other people in similar situations and gain community support. Coming up soon, also, is Mental Health First Aid. This class teaches a 5-step action plan to help a person experiencing the signs and symptoms of a mental illness or crisis. It's a great way to help learn how to direct folks to the appropriate professional, peer, social, and self-help care resources. It's a 2-part class, starting with a 2-hour online self-paced course, followed by a live on-lead instructor-led course. That portion is on December 4th from 8 to 12:30. Registrations are coming in, so make sure to get your spot before it's full. All NAMI programs are available at no cost, and you can sign up and get all the details at our website, which I will put in the comments. Also want to give a shout out to Giving Tuesday, hashtag Giving Tuesday. It is the Tuesday after the United States Thanksgiving, if you didn't know there's a Canadian Thanksgiving. And it's a movement to create an International Day of Charitable Giving at the beginning of Christmas and holiday season. This year it's December 1st. Save the date and consider supporting NAMI Wood County. Those are your upcoming events.
Well, those events sound intense. We always enjoy your segment because it makes sense. Thanks!
Oh no! Getting harvested! Bye!
Well, now we're free. Let's hear from Bree.
Hi, Jessica. Oh, I'm excited to talk to you guys today about some really important things. So President Trump signed into law a bipartisan bill to create a 3-digit number for mental health emergencies. The Federal Communications Commission had already picked 988 as the number for this hotline and aims to have it up and running by July 2022. The new law paves the way to make that a reality. The current National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is a 10-digit number and has seen a rise in calls over the last few years. That number is shown below. The current number isn't easy to remember or dial in times of crisis. When you're in crisis and you're already emotionally upset and overwhelmed, the hardest thing to do is think about finding or remembering a 10-digit number and call it. A 3-digit number makes everything a lot easier. When there are other emergencies, we know 911. It is something that we have had ingrained in our heads since we were children. A national 3-digit number will make it far easier for millions of Americans to reach out for help and get immediate connection to care when they're experiencing a mental health or suicidal crisis. 988 will save lives. Back to you, Jessica.
It really will be nice to share a 3-digit number for crisis instead of our current 10-digit national or even our local numbers. I believe that they will all be tied together, much like our 911 system, which really is ideal for everyone.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Thanks, Bree. Next, we have Shari sharing a Halloween-related mental health quote. Let's see, where is she? Hi!
Hi.
I'm going to head off to my safari now.
Okay. So, can you introduce me as the Joker? That's one of his lines in the movie. Speaking to you from Gotham City, I would like to share some quotes from my movie Joker, portraying what it is like living with bipolar disorder type 1 and pseudobulbar effect, which is a condition that inappropriate and involuntary laughing and crying due to a nervous disorder, which this can be treated with medication. So forgive me for my laughter as I have a condition. Joker sheds some light to having mental health condition and how society reacts. Even though Arthur lives with bipolar disorder and pseudobulbar effect, We see little empathy for his condition. He then feels as though his actions are being ignored. One of his entries in his journal reads, "The worst part of having a mental illness is people expect you to live as though you don't." That is so true and heartbreaking. Halloween is a good time to educate others on stigma and how it affects everyone. So let's put a smile on their face and happy Halloween.
Thank you for that thought-provoking quote, Joker. Hey, I found this gator on my safari.
I'm afraid of it.
Up next in our Did You Know segment, we have Courtney again. Where'd she go? She's going to talk a bit more about Halloween with us. Hey, you better stay away from my gator, little giraffe.
All right, so for today's Did You Know segment, we wanted to focus on this spooky holiday that is approaching us this weekend, Halloween. So this season is for costumes and trick-or-treating, but the National Alliance on Mental Illness reminds us that this is also a time of stigma. Halloween is one of the oldest recorded observations that started over 2,000 years ago, and it has the belief that worlds of the living and dead become blurred on October 31st. Children and adults alike look forward to this fun holiday. Unfortunately, though, this is also the time of year when we see costumes and displays that portray mental illness as dangerous and frightening. Oftentimes, people do not consciously think of the negative messages they are sending, but in some ways, that is even more concerning because these views have been so widely accepted without regard for the damage that they can do. So let us remember that we do not want to perpetuate negative stigmas about mental illness. So now I have 4 tips for a stigma-busting Halloween. First, think about your costume. So when choosing an outfit, consider carefully if the costume you or your child is wearing will foster misconceptions about mental illness or with people with mental illness or demonize people who struggle with such disorders. 2, avoid attractions that perpetuate stigma. Resist paying admission or visiting local attractions that feature mental patients, psychos, freaks, weirdos, and/or urban legends. If you're feeling outraged, consider contacting your local government officials to share your feelings about this stigmatizing form of entertainment. 3rd, decorate appropriately. Halloween decor, indoor and outdoor, should reflect appropriate harvest or scary themes. Ghosts, witches, goblins, zombies, and the like are all stigma-free. So are pumpkins, corn stalks, and spiderwebs. Lastly, decide if the time is right to fight the fight. Halloween is a season of fun for children of all ages. Seeing a stigmatizing costume or witnessing a degrading entertainment event may hurt, but don't feel that you need to reach out and teach everybody that you meet. It's okay to let others fight the fight against mental health discrimination. So this is supposed to be fun, and it is possible to have a good time without stigmatizing people living with mental illness. Ghosts are scary, but people with a mental health condition are not. We wish you a safe and fun Halloween. Back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Courtney. You kind of resemble my buddy Sully, the spots.
Yeah. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. Thanks for sharing the information on stigma and Halloween.
Of course.
In our self-care corner, we have Kaylee to give us some tips. Hi.
Hi, Mike.
Take it away.
In 2016, the New York Times published an article on how to mindfully carve a pumpkin. So today I'll be sharing some of those tips. When selecting a pumpkin, try to observe the variety of sizes, shapes, textures, and colors for all the pumpkins in the patch. Notice whether any of them inspire creativity, and really try to focus on the ideas that come to mind. When you lift your selected pumpkin, feel its weight. And after you've selected a pumpkin, be careful with any of your carving tools. Draw your favorite design on the pumpkin's face. You can use a gentle back and forth motion, carve your design, and observe it taking shape. Lastly, put a candle in your pumpkin and appreciate all of your hard work. I hope that these tips were riveting. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you for sharing those tips with us, Kaylee. So that's it for today's Tuesday at 2. Thank you for watching, and until next Tuesday.
About to arrive with their vocal group, the Cricket of Five. They play the Monster Mash.